arrived in Reykjavik from Toronto on October 12, 2019 at 6 a.m. We flew with Iceland Air. From the airport, we caught a shuttle bus to Blue Car Rental where we picked up our pre-booked car. We got a Kia Sportage 4-wheel drive. Over 8 days, this car took us 3,050 kilometers around the Ring Road. We started our journey by exploring the Golden Circle. All stops along the Golden Circle are quite busy with tourists who are doing day tours from Reykjavik and with people who have layovers in Iceland and want to do some quick sightseeing. It's still definitely worth going around, and most of the stops are free to park and see. Our first stop was Thingvellir National Park.
Hi, horsey. Hi. We just stopped on the side of the road when we saw some horses.
Our second destination and another major tourist attraction along the Golden Circle was Geyser. This location is home to Strókar, which is a geyser that naturally expels steaming hot water every 8 to 10 minutes. We saw it erupt several times on our visit. These eruptions can be as high as 40 meters or as short as 15 to 20 meters.
So we're at our third stop, the waterfall.
Gullfoss is just a 10-minute drive from Geyser and is the furthest point on the Golden Circle from Reykjavik. It stems from the glacial river Havita and cascades 32 meters down 2 drops into a deep gorge. Icelandic horses are small in size and have thick coats of fur, looking more like ponies. We saw many as we drove throughout the country that are used for showing, racing, and recreation. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to go horseback riding as it takes a minimum of half a day. However, if you are able to, I would recommend trying it out. Our fourth stop was Skálholt Church. This modern church was built to replace Skálholt Cathedral, which was demolished by an earthquake in the 1700s. There is a museum in the basement with a small entrance fee to learn more about the place. In ancient times, Skálholt was the wealthiest, most populated, and most influential settlement in Iceland. 32 Catholic bishops sat here until the Reformation to Lutheranism in 1540.
I hope it opens. Ooh.
This is so creepy.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh my god, that is so creepy.
Exit. You'll go. Okay, we're going together.
Okay, but you first.
Okay, flashlight. Flashlight.
Our fifth stop was Carid. Carid is a 55-meter deep volcanic crater on the Golden Circle route filled with blue-green water. Here, we had to pay a 400 kroner entrance fee, which is equivalent to about $4 Canadian. There's an easy hike around the top of the crater, and there are even stairs that you can take to go right down to the lake.
We've been here for like over 12 hours now, and this is our first meal. We each got the same thing. We got a barbecue burger, and it was 1,990 Icelandic dollars, or kroners. We just showered and we're going out into the cold for the hot spring.
Okay,
I want the purple ones.
We are in Secret Lagoon Hot
Thermal bath, that's what it's called.
Our first accommodation was an Airbnb guest house in Reykjavik. Throughout Iceland and the Ring Road, guest houses are very common. In them, you'll typically have your own room, but the washroom, kitchen, and common areas are shared with other guests in the home.
2 of our trip to Iceland, and today we've started off our breakfast. We're at the Airbnb still. We're just about to leave. And these cups that we got for free yesterday from With Our Coffee, we made oatmeal.
from the outside, that's what our Airbnb looks like. We have stopped at Olis gas station. At this gas station with our rental car, we get free coffee. So that's what we're gonna do for coffee. And we can also fill up gas, although we're not too sure how this works right now. So Michelle and Arianne are figuring it out. So this coffee is not that great, but it's free, so we will drink it.
Oh, Corona.
Better than no coffee.
One of the good things about Iceland is that they have these things on the side of the road, like these stop areas in case you want to stop and look at the view. It's windy today. I wouldn't say it's as chilly as yesterday, but these two seem to be cold. So we have arrived at Kronan. That's the grocery store here. Although the cheaper one is bonus, but we keep missing the timings for it, and it's also a Sunday, so it only opens at 11, and we're not going to be near any one of them, so we're going to go to this one for now. Looks like a pretty regular grocery store. At this waterfall in Vik, and parking is paid here. It's 700 kroner. Hi from the falls, big falls in Vik.
We started our sightseeing on day 2 with Seljalandsfoss. This is a narrow waterfall that has a pathway all around. You can get pretty wet, so it's a good idea to take waterproof pants, waterproof shoes, a raincoat, and something to cover your camera with.
Directly behind the falls. It's so nice! Super wet over there, but worth it. I'll record you being brave. It's like literally dropping down right over her.
I don't know. Do I look like a raccoon?
No, none of us do.
Okay, that's good.
I should have learned my water mascara.
Just a short walk from Seljalandsfoss is another waterfall inside a small canyon with an even more difficult name that I cannot pronounce.
Blue to survival.
Yeah, waterfall. Into this cave. It's a little tricky. Really hard.
This is a glacier, so we are planning on just going without paying for a tour. Without a tour, you can just go up to the glacier, see what it's like, take some pictures, walk around. With the tour, you're allowed to go on the actual glacier, like the slippery part. Walking towards the glacier, it's pretty cool. Hi, Michelle. It's really beautiful.
Solheimjökull is an 11-kilometer glacial tongue of Mýrdalsjökull Glacier in southern Iceland. A glacier is a persistent body of dense ice that is constantly moving under its own weight. About 11% of the land area in Iceland is covered by glaciers. However, if the climate continues to warm, there's a possibility that the glaciers will have virtually disappeared in 100 to 200 years.
We are at the plane wreckage in Vic, and it is a 7-kilometer walk from the parking lot to the wreckage site. Otherwise, they have a shuttle to there. All she had to do was put water in there, hold it for, it's supposed to be 10 minutes. It was actually like 30 minutes. And yeah, and then it cooked itself. Well, it didn't cook itself, the water cooked it, hot water.
We can see the view and everything. It doesn't look too bad.
And it tastes good?
Yeah, it's alright.
On November 24, 1973, the U.S. Navy DC-3 plane crash-landed in Solheim, Iceland. All 7 passengers survived, and no one is positive exactly why the airplane went down, although there's speculation of mechanical failures. Now, the abandoned airplane fuselage is open for everyone to see. However, cars are not allowed to drive up to it. You can either walk 7 kilometers each way from the parking lot or take a tour. Dress warm and take water as the wind here is strong and there are no shelters or rest areas. Skogafoss is a 60-meter tall and 25-meter wide waterfall, making it one of Iceland's biggest and most beautiful waterfalls.
There's some guy here running with his shirt off. It's cold, by the way. This is how I am dressed.
Skogafoss can also be viewed from the top as a staircase leads to an observational platform above the waterfall.
It's nice that there are fall colors with a little bit of winter seeing it and also greenery. That's probably my favorite thing about coming to Iceland at this time of year. It looks really, really, really pretty. It's getting dark. We're gonna try climbing down the stairs now and going to get food.
So I got a lamb burger and our lamb steak. It looks so good. In the cups is just oats.
We are staying at Farfugla Emily Hostel. It's a high hostel. It's supposed to be good for like socializing, whatever. We didn't really meet anyone, but it's okay. We just fell asleep because we came back super late after trying to find the northern lights. It is raining and super windy right now. Super high danger. I believe stand still for a minute.
Reynisfjara Black Sand Beach is deemed as one of the most Instagrammable sites in Iceland, according to numerous articles. The black sand is formed from erupted volcanic lava which cooled and broke down rapidly in the chilly Arctic waters. This site is a popular location for filming and can be spotted in Game of Thrones, Star Trek, and Star Wars. While one of the most visited places in Iceland, it is also one of the most dangerous places to visit in the country. Due to the strong current and sneaker waves, there are tourist injuries and deaths here each year. It is important to follow the rules and remain vigilant.
The weather is right now. So we're gonna head out before we die. This is the city of Big, or town.
Our next stop was at Fjadra Canyon, which is famous due to its appearance in Justin Bieber's music video for his song I'll Show You. It's 100 meters deep and 2 kilometers long with blue clear glacial water cascading from various spots. Due to the fragile landscape, the Icelandic Environmental Agency sometimes decides to completely shut down the area to protect vegetation and ensure visitor safety. So, before you go, do a quick internet search to make sure the site is open.
Hi, so we're gonna go to Svartifoss.
Svartifoss is a narrow waterfall that cascades 20 meters from a crescent-shaped cliff composed of hexagonal black basalt columns similar to those at Reynisfjara Black Sand Beach.
Does it taste fresh or like sulfur?
In my personal opinion, this is not a must-see site, but it is a nice and easy 45-minute hike there and back from the visitor center and parking lot.
We are at Diamond Beach.
Diamond Beach was my favorite site from our entire trip to Iceland. Here, the floating icebergs which fill Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon wash up on shore, looking dazzling in stark contrast to the black sand beach. Even though the weather was cold, windy, and rainy when we went, the site was still magical.
I never thought looking at ice would be this pretty, but it is. It really, really is. A must-see if you come here. Third night staying somewhere, and this one's an Airbnb. We're staying in Hoffen. The kitchen. We'll show you over there. So this is the view we've got this morning, and this cute little house there on the hill is our Airbnb. We're on the bottom floor right over here. These are lamb and pork hot dogs. It's good. It's like a pretty average hot dog with onions. We're in a tunnel underneath the mountain. This is the first tunnel we've had to go through, even though this whole place is all mountains. So we've stopped on the side of the road. This is the attraction. It's a red chair on a rock.
According to recent reports, there are 800,000 sheep and lambs in Iceland, a country of just over 323,000 people. Around the world, Icelandic sheep are famous for their wool production. However, the breed is predominantly grown for meat in Iceland.
Is this even real? Holy. It's so freaking nice. And the weather isn't freezing today. It's just nice. Oh. Iceland is so nice. Everyone needs to come here. Everyone. That's the road we're driving.
on up there. Lots of white cars parked because everyone seems to have a white car here. Here's a crazy dude thinking it's a good idea to go dip your feet in this ice cold water. Okay, so we just stumbled upon a bonus, which is where everyone said we should go for groceries that are not too expensive. Not sure how many groceries we actually need, but figured we'd check it out anyway. After a lot of driving, this is our first stop today. We are at a canyon, another one.
Sturlagil Canyon is one of the newer discoveries and attractions in eastern Iceland. Until recently, the canyon was completely submerged under the very powerful river Jökla. A few years ago, however, a hydroelectric plant was built to harvest the force of the water, causing the water levels in the canyon to fall and revealing the beautiful basalt columns.
That's nice. We're at Lofas guest house. I can't pronounce the name of this place. Englist something. Egglistadir. 3 single beds. Shared everything. We are hanging out in oh gosh, I hate it.
Egglistadir.
Yeah, what they said. And we are currently exploring the town. I think it's a town.
That's salt over there. That's the coffee shop, the people.
Here's the town.
We stopped at this gas station to get one of their lamb hot dogs.
There they are, their bacon wrapped.
Serve it now, take it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of the sauce.
It's fine. It's
Sorry, guys.
boarding. Common area. This kitchen. At our fave gas station, Olis, with our free coffee. Hi everyone. Hello. Hi. Ready to go? Yeah, we're good.
Dettifoss is the most powerful waterfall in all of Europe, with its water flowing from the largest glacier in Europe, Vatnajökull.
Look how close we are.
The falls are 100 meters wide and have a 44-meter drop. Surprisingly, there are no barriers anywhere at this attraction, so you can go right up to the falls and even touch it if you're brave enough. Our next stop was Namafjall geothermal area.
I'm walking closer towards these ones. Oh my god, it smells so bad.
Here we saw many boiling mud pots surrounded by sulfur crystals.
Where's fresh air? This is fresh air, but I need like fresher air. Hello, help. Where's the fresh air?
This sulfur gives the area an overwhelming smell of egg, and the soil in the area has little vegetation due to the acidity caused by the geothermal processes. Groteggia is a small lava cave that we briefly stopped at. The water inside is blue and steaming hot and therefore not accessible for swimming. Our next stop was Godafoss, also known as the Waterfall of the Gods. In the year 1000, the Icelandic parliament decided to give up their pagan religion in favor of Christianity. The story goes that the idols of the ancient Nordic religion, Godars, were then thrown from the top of the waterfalls, giving it the name Godafoss.
We are in a basement Airbnb this evening.
Going into another hot bath or thermal bath. It's freaking cold.
If you want to know how to get an ear infection or just like freeze your head off, this is a great way to do it. Oh, forgot I have mascara on. That's gonna look really good in a few seconds. Oh my god, so much better.
Good morning, day 6.
We are on our way to spot some whales in Husavik.
Husavik is branded as the whale capital of Iceland, so when we were there we decided to go on a whale watching tour with North Sailing Company. The best time to spot whales in Husavik is between April and November. However, we only spotted one minke whale and numerous dolphins on our tour. Minke whales are by far the most common great whale in Iceland's waters. The Arctic Henge is a site consisting of many stone arches arranged as a monument to the Norse pagan beliefs. It is located in the northernmost settlement of mainland Iceland and is still under construction. The stone arches are arranged to capture the light of the midnight sun as it moves across the sky in the summer.
Good morning, Baltimore.
We spent majority of day 7 driving the last stretch of the ring road towards Reykjavik.
Just stopped on the side of the road to take some pictures because it's so picturesque.
On the way, we made a few quick stops to see Blóndhuskirkja Church and Kolugliafur Waterfall, which is often missed by tourists.
This waterfall is called Kirkjufellsfoss. Kirkjufellsfoss.
After some more driving, we had a chance to walk around Kirkjufellsfoss. This is an extremely common tourist site and worthwhile seeing for sure. In English, the mountain name means Church Mountain, which is due to its resemblance to a church steeple.
Here's our car. The road. The Arctic Ocean. And bam! The sun, the mountain, a bit of our car, and the Arctic Ocean all in one. This is called the Black Church. Very creative name because it's painted black.
Our next stop was Buddha Kirkja, also known as Black Church. It is located in the middle of nowhere with the only other thing in the village being a hotel. This church is popular for its scenic view with the surrounding lava fields, mountains, and glaciers. It is also very popular for weddings. After a quick drive, we stopped again to see a few attractions in the village of Arnarstapi. This location is famous for the statue of half-human, half-ogre Bardar Snæfellsnes, who is also believed to be the protector of Snæfellsnes Peninsula. Another famous and beautiful site which we saw in this area was Glaketur Stone Arc.
So the second thing that's in this area is this kind of natural bridge that's formed in the water with the rock. Look, there it is. It's just a big hole. This sunset is like prettiest thing I've seen like ever. I mean, Africa was really nice too, but this is like different. We found seals. All those little things, they're not rocks. They're seals. Oh my god, you can't see it, but the northern lights are right here, and I wish that this captured it, but it doesn't. But the northern lights and the stars and everything are like, there's the moon. Wow, it's green.
Arianne comes out of the cottage and she's like, Michelle, I think I see the Milky Way. Alright, let me take a picture of it, Arianne.
Let's see if it's really the Milky Way.
It's the Milky Way. And then I run in. Arianne! It's the Northern Lights!
We both ran outside.
Hello everyone. It's Saturday. Our last full day in Iceland, and we've decided to celebrate by wearing jeans today. We're back in Reykjavik, and we are at
Hallgrímskirkja.
Hallgrímskirkja Church. We've been calling it Spaceship Church because it kind of looks like a spaceship. There are a lot of people here.
Located in the heart of Reykjavik, Hallgrímskirkja Evangelical Lutheran Church towers over Iceland's colorful capital. It is the tallest church in Iceland, and the design was inspired by the basalt columns that form from cooled lava. Every day, thousands of people visit the church. Admission to the church is free, but the tower is 1,000 kroners for adults and 100 kroners for children.
It is supposed to be a sculpture of a Viking ship. That's it. It looks bigger in pictures than it does in real life. The Reykjavik flea market called Kolaportid. Tonight we're staying at Foss Hotel. Spotted the northern lights one more time, this time over Reykjavik. It's our last day in Iceland, and we're packing up the car. We were supposed to go to Blue Lagoon today, but it turns out they're actually fully booked, so we can't buy tickets. So much street art here. This one's really nice. I like it. Look! There's cha time. Oh, are they open? No. Some really great last day weather. Oh god. Getting on the shuttle bus to the airport, even though the airport's only a 4-minute walk.
On here.
So in Iceland,
Same thing. Before Christmas.
they don't have Santa Claus. They just have 13 days of trolls.